Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey
We
man, we
are,
ain't starting to stream like this, man.
wait a
Steve,
minute,
get my picture on the damn screen, man.
ladies and gentlemen. The
Oh, why are
one, the
you
only.
here?
You know why I'm here, man? You let that little point guard disrespect me. You doesn't
Well,
defend my honor at all.
well, we try to, but
Hey
it got.
man, that was disrespectful as fuck. Who's this guy think he is? Tyrese Halliburton? Piece of shit.
Yeah, yesterday.
And
What can I?
then you just invited him on Money in the Bank preview and predictions that's going on tomorrow. What the fuck?
Well,
Well,
he wanted to give his predictions, Mr. Mahomes. Like he was starting, and then he got distracted. Like that's all it was, Mr. Mahomes.
Nah, man. Fuck your raw rundown right now. This is me. I need to talk to Tyrese Halliburton right now. So, Steve, find a way to get him on the fucking phone because you're not doing your damn review until I talk to him.
well, I'm sure he's probably
I
preparing
don't
to.
care about no NBA finals. Can't disrespect me or my wife.
He has a
Okay,
point, Steve.
he has a point there. I'm
We all
really
know what happened on Raw. Nothing happened. This is more important right now.
okay.
A
Okay,
lot actually happened, Mr. Mahomes.
a lot actually happened. Yeah.
We should talk about.
Yeah, whatever, man. You know what's more important right now.
Okay. Okay. Boop. It's ringing. Boop.
Hey, Steve, what's up, man? Invited me on the Raw review.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Oh man, it's the investor himself, Patrick Mahomes. Man, how's it going?
Hey, man, you gotta apologize for what the fuck you just said on your last appearance, man.
What I say, man? What I say wrong?
You said that I don't even put money in this channel, and that I put money in my wife. That was disrespectful.
Oh man, I was just talking junk, man. Calm down. Like, why are people so sensitive nowadays? It makes no sense. Seems like a lot of sensitive folks up in here, and you're one of them.
Oh hell no, man! He got me all fucked up right now.
I think you guys should just calm down, Mr. Mahomes. We really don't want Halliburton on the Raw review. Why not, man? I provide some good, valuable insight about what happened on WWE television. I don't think anyone wants to hear from you right now, Mr. Halliburton. We'll bring you on for Money in the Bank, but Mr. Mahomes, look, I know that you've been itching with ATP Gaming. We haven't been around that well, so what I will suggest to you is maybe just maybe you and Tyrese Halliburton we can settle this in the ATP Gaming ring.
I got an idea. Pat Mahomes makes a team. Tyree Halliburton makes a team. War games.
All right, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, man. Well, I hope you know that Triple H he's gonna be on my team.
Oh hell no, man! Me and Triple H Hunter, we're cool.
Hunter, that's funny, man. You don't even call him by his real name, Paul. I'm on that name basis. So you still call him Hunter. That's interesting.
But it don't fucking matter, man. Who cares?
I think it matters a lot. I'll call Hunter up, or Paul, as I like to call him, during the Money in the Bank preview predictions, and he'll choose what team he's on.
Hey, man, that's fucked up. Steve, tell him that's fucked up, and he's on my team.
Well, Mr. Mahomes, at the end of the day, he is expressing himself. I do feel that, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy what's going on right now. We thought you guys
fucked up.
It's very fucked up. Yeah. Chase, anything you want to add to this, bro?
I think that's a great suggestion, Steve. I think War Games is a great way to settle this dispute. And we'll hear from Triple H tomorrow on the Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide preview. And he'll decide what team he wants to be on, or maybe he'll be impartial. Oh, man.
Exactly.
You're going to be on my team. And then, hey, don't forget to watch the NBA Finals. I'm going to do something Pat couldn't do this year. Win a championship.
Oh, hell no. This guy is really pissing me off.
Hey, Pat, technically, I'll be going back to back because I did something you will never do. Win an Olympic gold medal.
What? You were on the fucking bench, man. How you count that shit? And there's flag football.
Yeah. And I don't even think you'd make the team, honestly.
Oh, hell no. I hate this little fucker.
I'm actually taller than you, man. What are you talking? Little fucker. I'm 6'5". You're like 6'2".
Whatever, man. Who counted the high anyways? You wear Puma. I'm Adidas athlete.
Yeah, man. And those Puma, they're going to be championship Pumas by the end of this week or next week or whenever.
All right, Steve, you guys can do your little Raw review, man. Fuck this guy. Hang up the phone. I don't want to hear his voice no more on the Raw review, all right?
All right, Mr. Halliburton. We'll be hearing from you tomorrow. You have a good day.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Can't wait to give you guys the winning predictions and tell you guys how I'm going to win tomorrow, too.
That's great. You doing double duty tomorrow? Doing double duty. Holy shit.
No, I'm talking about winning on Thursday. You know, like my game, how I'm going to win and stuff. But anyway, Steve, thanks so much for having me. You guys can call me anytime. I'll always answer the phone for you guys.
No problem, Mr. Halliburton, sir.
Nah, man, you paying. Fuck him.
Well, there you go. All
Can
right,
you believe you said that shit, Steve?
it's crazy. It's crazy.
What the hell is this?
Look, I don't want to, what do I put it? How do I say this? I don't want to, rock the boat here or anything like that. Mr.
Yeah, you
Halliburton.
better. I'm your fucking investor.
Yeah, but that too. But you know what? Mr. Halliburton got a big game coming up, a big series coming up.
Yeah, he's gonna lose that series. My man, who played for the Thunder?
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Mr. Mahomes.
Yeah, my man, Shea Gilgeous. Wait, that his full name?
Yes, that's his full name.
Man, I don't know. What happened to all the big names? Where's Luca? Where's my dog Luca at?
Well,
He got eliminated.
What about my fellow Adidas athlete, Ant Edwards?
Also eliminated.
Unfortunately for Chase.
What about James Harden, another fellow Adidas athlete?
Eliminated.
What about my dude, Adidas athlete, Dame Lillard?
Injured and eliminated.
Man, it's fucked up. No wonder why this guy's in the championship. Just faced a bunch of bums.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, whatever, Steve. Hey, by the way, if you guys want a great Adidas shoe, the Epilex is Mahomes Epilex is still available on Adidas.com.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah, you had to get your ad-libs in there. We appreciate
it. Man, I gotta get my ad read in, and don't forget the fastest 5G mobile network is on what network, Steve?
I believe someone suggests it's T-Mobile.
Nah, not someone would suggest it is T-Mobile.
It is T-Mobile. Well, I'm an AT&T guy, but yeah, T-Mobile is pretty good.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, man.
Mr. Mahomes, I'm also AT&T, so I'm sorry to break it.
Yeah,
man, y'all broke as fuck.
Wow.
Wait. You know what? I might suggest. I might possibly switch my insurance company, Mr. Mahomes. Any suggestion you can make?
Man, you can bundle your home and auto with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
There you go. I'm a little thirsty right now, Mr. Any recommendation I should consume right now for a beverage?
Yeah, man, Prime. That's the best way to stay energized and have your electrolytes.
There you go, Mr. Mo. Well, you have a good day. What's up, Safet? What's going on? All right, Mr. Mo, you have a good day.
Yeah, man. Fuck Halliburton, piece of shit.
Hopefully, you come up with your team and
yeah, I have a team, all right, man.
I look forward. Two different athletes from two different worlds, being creative and coming up with teams. It should be very interesting. Cannot wait.
Yeah, man.
Cannot wait. Chase, I cannot wait, bro. I cannot wait to see what these two guys what teams they'll come up with. I'm very, very intrigued.
Yeah. Very disrespectful by Halliburton, though. And he kept on with the disrespect. And, but he does have a chance to win the title this year. We'll see. We'll see if he wins, but
he does, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? This is the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. As always, I am Steve. He is Chase from beautiful, sunny California. Chase, how's everything over there right now?
Kind of overcast today. It's raining. It's overcast. It's one of those weird weather days in California. We get them every so often, but it's warm, but it's raining. So it's just it's kind of miserable being outside.
I can imagine, bro. Over here, like in the morning, it's nice and chilly in the morning when I go to work, and then it just warms up. So I'll go to work, it's 50 degrees, and then by the time I get out of work, it's 71. It goes up to the high 80s and shit. So it's June for you, bro. It's June basically here in the Northeast. But I hope wherever you guys are at, everything's good. Safet right here. F the Pacers and F Pat McAfee.
Yeah, we figured if Raw wanted to kick off with something that didn't really matter to the show. Mr. Mahomes, he wanted to kick off the show with him calling out Tyrese Halliburton. So
yeah, because you guys missed it yesterday on Steve's Kitchen. We did have Tyrese on the air. We had him on, and he said some very inappropriate stuff regarding Patrick Mahomes and his wife. And, Pat Mahomes, before the show even began, like, nah, fuck all this shit. So here we are. And when we bring back ATP Gaming, it will be a War Games match. Team Mahomes versus Team Halliburton. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. But what's going on, everyone? What is going on? What's going on, guys? What's going on? Yeah, we're live on 3 platforms today, by the way. We're live on YouTube. We're live on
I see this W deal on the kick platform. He's like, lock in. Okay, we'll lock in for you, buddy.
We'll lock in, buddy. It's cool to see now the kick chat. It's cool to see that now, because for a while, you don't see it, but now that we're seeing it, it's cool, bro. It's cool. But yeah, what you guys want to hear about is about Monday Night Raw that took place last night. This was the go home show to Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. In case you guys haven't heard as well, we'll be doing a preview to that tomorrow, to both Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to splice that into 2 separate videos. So there you go for you guys to check out before we get to those events. But yeah, Raw last night was live from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of the Oklahoma City Thunders. Did I get that right, Chase?
No,
right?
they play at Paycom. Yeah, no, they don't play at Tulsa.
My apologies.
That's for like tournaments. They use that arena for like basketball tournaments and a bunch of other teams and stuff. UFC uses that arena actually a lot. To be honest, no, Oklahoma City plays in actual Oklahoma City, which is the Paycom Center. This is like a whole different thing, yeah.
Because the way they were going at it, I thought it was going to be in that building. The way
they have a bunch of fans. So obviously, it's the only team in Oklahoma. So
yeah, indeed,
basketball team wise,
exactly. And the show obviously opened up. Again, Michael Cole, being a man of his word, wearing a tank top throughout the entire night of Raw, like we mentioned, a TJ McConnell jersey. Cool, I guess, right? But we kicked off with CM Punk. We kicked off with him. He talked about what it means to him to be in Money in the Bank, right? He won it 2 times, right? And if he wins. For him, at the end of the day, if he chooses Jey Uso, it's nothing personal, just business. But then he also referenced another one that he considers a target, someone that he has his number, that being John Cena. And he called him a bitch. He referenced Dwayne being the bald fraud because obviously Cena sold his soul. But at the end of the day, again, it's nothing personal. For Cena, it's personal, obviously. But for Jay, it's nothing personal. And again, just talking about hyping up and wanting to be champion finally. It's about time he wears some gold. And then Sami Zayn interrupts him. And Sami Zayn remind him, hey, look, man, I came this close of going to Money in the Bank. I was this close, but that darn Seth Rollins, that darn Bronson Reed, that darn Braun Breaker took that away from me. And I know how much this means to you. That being for Punk, being in Money in the Bank and all that stuff, right? And you let him know. Should CM Punk, win, successfully cash in, and become champion, he'll be gunning for CM Punk. Like, I get this vibe, Chase, like, Sami Zayn is like, he's gonna turn heel. He's giving off these hints, and it makes you think, like, when do you think the trigger will be pulled? Heel turn. It's officially happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if Jay still was champion, that'd be a good time to turn him heel, because I don't think Seth is winning Money in the Bank. I think Seth is I think Roman might come back during the Money in the Bank match, because that Money in the Bank ladder match, honestly, that feels very wide open. But yeah, I think they're kind of slow burning a potential Sammy heel turn. It's something that would be interesting for his character. They did have that Karrion Kross segment later in the night where he's just like, no, you're a liar. You could have been champion like 10 times over if you were just who you are, honestly, a scumbag and stuff. So it is something that they could play into, Sammy's inner morals or something. Or this could be where he stays babyface and he doesn't want to become a bad guy and stuff, because he saw what becoming this bad person did to his good friend Kevin Owens, and he saw what it did to Roman Reigns, a guy that, before he joined the Bloodline, people forget, he admired Roman Reigns. He was just trying to, get into the circle of Roman Reigns, so that way, because he viewed himself as the locker room leader and he wanted to give Roman Reigns all the information. And then when he learned that Roman Reigns is this evil tyrant, he hated what Roman Reigns became, because like it wasn't it wasn't what he thought Roman Reigns was
Yeah.
supposed to be and stuff. So it could be either way. It could be them trying to strengthen his babyface character, or it could just be him, staying as becoming a heel. But it all depends on who the champion is and stuff. But yeah, I just find it funny that they're just trying to stop. They're treating Seth Rollins like he's Thanos. If he gets the Money in the Bank, it's like over for the company and everything like that. So
the world is coming to an end. It's like when Frieza wanted all the Dragon Balls and Navi
yeah,
basically, and that's what he basically wants. But again, I thought the segment for the most part it was cool because again it reminded that that CM Punk has a main event match later on in the night. Him, AJ Styles, a Grand Americano. I thought the crowd for the most part they were hot for the most part. When you say, Chase?
yeah, they were a good crowd. I would say they gave out a lot of good energy and stuff.
Yes, indeed it was. And overall, for again, I didn't mention it, but for a go home show, I thought it was a very solid show for a go home show. What do you say?
It didn't do much to build up Money in the Bank. It was more building up for next week's episode of Raw. So I would say it was passable for a go home show, but it was an okay show overall to watch. Like I thought it was fine.
Yeah. From there, we got the opening match. We had the debut. Technically, right? I mean, depends who you talk to, right? She already wrestled on Raw after Mania, but they were labeling this now. She's officially part of the Raw roster. Stephanie Vaquer versus Ivy Nile versus Liv Morgan in the women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. And they let you know Stephanie Vaquer was winning before the bell even rang. You saw that video presentation.
Yeah.
Stephanie Vaquer. Chef's kiss. That entrance. Yeah, they kind of added some things to the entrance, which I'm fine with. Just the presentation itself is like, yo, she's her. She is her, bro. Phenomenal entrance. And again, she did her thing, right? I know Pat McAfee tried to do the whole Booker T, nah, bro. No. It's not gonna work. It's not it, brother. It's not it.
Yeah, let the crowd do it. Let the crowd go, like you don't need to be a part of it. Like Booker T, he's the only one that gets the G classification for that one.
Yes, indeed it was. But for the most part, look, man, you just knew going into this that Stephanie Vaquer was going to win, and she ended up pinning Ivy Nile, which again made sense because you're not pinning Liv Morgan, right? So for that, you kind of knew, yeah, Stephanie wins. And you look at that, if you look at the women that are already in the match, I must say, Chase, this is probably the most stacked women's Money in the Bank in, I think, ever.
Yeah, this one's great. I think it's like all the women are going to be awesome in this match, and good potential winners everywhere in this match. You can kind of make an argument for all 6 ladies why they could possibly win this match. But yeah, it's absolutely stacked, and this triple threat kicked ass. I thought it was a really good match. Ivy Nile, she's so good in these triple threat matches. She can do like cool double team moves because she's so powerful, but she can also take double team moves. So she was great in this match. Liv Morgan, she's been having a great 2025 inside the ring, and we all know Vaquer is a beast and stuff. There was a part of me I thought, man, Vaquer is losing when she took the Oblivion, but thankfully, there was no Shawn Michaels having Shotzi Blackheart beating her type of BS. It was Stephanie Vaquer winning. But yeah, I know this women's Money in the Bank. I think that's going to be the match of the weekend. To be honest, that looks absolutely killer with everyone that's involved.
And let this sink in too. Like, yo, Stephanie Vaquer is doing double duty. Well, she's not the only one doing double duty.
What do you mean? Yes, she is.
Well, some people would have you believe.
No, we're not going into conspiracy theories here. See, Chad Gable and Grande Americano are 2 separate human beings. Like what?
I know, but still,
we've seen it. Like, why are we doubting this?
There's some jabronis going to come in here. You forgot to mention the other person, so I'm just covering the bases here.
No, these jabronis can shut up. Chad Gable and Grande Americano are 2 separate people, and until I see him unmasked as Chad Gable, I'll admit I was wrong. But until then,
that's what I'm saying too. But
yeah, that actually made me afraid that Vaquer was going to lose because they announced that before the match. They were like, "Oh, she's teaming up with NXT's Lola Vice," and I was like, "Oh man, she might not win. No way." And Vaquer is probably like, "I can do double duty. It's fine."
but that just tells you just how confident they are in her. Like,
Oh,
and that's
yeah, dude.
awesome to see, bro. She has, bro, star power written all over her, bro.
Did you hear
She
her pop? It was huge, bro.
was huge, dude. And again, bro, and of all places, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Any other bro, normally when you think of Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's not somewhere where you will debut someone that has a massive following. You would think of debut them in a major city like Chicago, California, New
Yeah, like
York.
somewhere where there's like a lot of Smarky fans. Like I don't put Tulsa in like this Smart area, like Philadelphia, Chicago, and stuff. Like, yeah.
So good for them, bro. Good for her, man. I can't wait to see what else she does. And I know down the road we can start fantasy booking matches for her down the road and stuff like that. But there's one in particular, and I think we'll get to that in a little bit here. But after this, we did see the Rusev vignette where they talked about Sheamus, how they go back for so long, and how Sheamus wasn't there for him when Rusev was going into the abyss, aka I guess AEW, right? Whatever it is, and that he has the move that can break Sheamus, that being the accolade, right? For the most part, it was all right. Nothing to go crazy about. I know backstage Sheamus did say that he is a bully to the bullies, right? So whenever they want, I mean, look, I'm sure these two guys can go out there have a killer match for the most part, but what do you think of this? For first big program, you think it's too soon? Maybe had Rusev beat up the small guy for a little bit longer, and then get to Sheamus, or
I don't see what it benefits for either guy, to be honest. Like Sheamus is kind of in nowhere's land, so Rusev even beating Sheamus, it does nothing for him because Sheamus is like in that weird nowhere's land. Like he's not a threat to any of the mid card titles or the world titles. So beating him is like nothing to me. So it's just a match for the sake of a match type of thing. So nothing.
for the most part, yeah, it's just a match, and have it on Raw. Sure, you'll get some time on it, but we'll see how they get to that stuff and all that. From there, we did see the Judgment Day versus the War Raiders, right? You did have the New Day at ringside for the most part. They did get involved. And then they were kicked out. They were told to leave, right? They were told to leave by the referee. And you see in this match, Roxanne Perez distracting the referee, which allowed Balor to pick up the win. I mean, again, it's another way to use Roxanne Perez here, and also to start planting those seeds of, hey, there's maybe some turmoil in the Judgment Day, right? Because we did find out later on in the night that Liv Morgan, it's not that she can't trust Dom. It looks like she just can't trust Finn Balor right now. But your thoughts on that whole thing, Chase?
Yeah, once again, another Triple H non-finish. I also liked how before Liv's match, Roxanne offered to help, and Liv like disregarded it, saying, "No, we don't need your. I don't need your help in this one." And then later in the night, Roxanne's help actually helped Finn and JD win. And so I kind of like that little story element because it showed that, like, hey, Roxanne has a purpose inside the Judgment Day. Like Roxanne Perez is helping, Finn Balor with the Judgment Day, and that she does provide some value. And Liv did not like the fact that suggesting that Roxanne could win the world title. So like she has every right to doubt Finn, and Finn, he's playing it off coy. He's playing it off like very, very good. Of like, nah, nothing's going on. And even afterwards, he like tells Dom everything's good, and he taps the IC title. He doesn't tap the other shoulder. He taps the IC title, looking at that a little bit. So I kind of like the Judgment Day stuff. It's small. It's decent enough. Like it's passable. Like it's like it actually made sense with some of the storyline stuff because Liv could have easily had Roxanne help there. And if Roxanne did help in this situation, maybe Liv is going to Money in the Bank. And Finn won his match. So he has proof that, hey, Roxanne is someone here to help. And you just got to trust what's going on and trust the game plan that Roxanne Perez is someone that is pretty much here to help out when you need it.
Water under the bridge, my ass.
Yeah, no, Finn's doing great work, man. He's mad entertaining. He's like smiling. He's like such a shit eater, bro. Like it's just like he's so good right now with like what he's doing. It's like little details, but it's like It's so funny. Like I'm just like, bro, Finn's like the best character, like the best like character on Raw right now, just for the shit that he's doing. It's just like he's so entertaining with it. It's just like, oh man, like we love like that one person that's just finally showing a lot of charisma, and he's
And
like he's
and his
showing it.
expressions too, his facial expression. Like last week
Yeah,
when Liv and Dom, like, oh, how you been, Dom? What's been going on? And you see just in the background, JD and Finn just giggling it up and shit. It's just fucking hilarious.
yeah, he's doing great. Like I think this is the best scene that he has. I hope it gets rewarded with something. Like even if it is just the IC title, I hope he gets rewarded with some type of championship or something for his efforts.
Me too. If you noticed in the clubhouse, right, they were paying homage to Carlito, right? They also, if you know, the PS5 is gone, bro. No
Yeah,
more
Carlito
PS.
stole it, man. The Carlito stole the PS5 to get Raquel. You should have just bought the DLC with her credit card, and then Carlito would have been fine. Now you guys have no PS5.
Not even a TV, not even a microwave, bro. Just a freaking demon lunchbox. Like, what is
Yeah,
this? What is this, bro? Finn's gaslight gimmick is great. Yes, it is, Davion. Yes, it is. From there, we did see Becky Lynch. They played a video for her. She talked about, she's been back for like what 6 weeks, and she's been disrespected by Lyra Valkyria, and it all is going to pay off eventually by her, by being Lyra, lifting up her hand at Money in the Bank, and then, I mean, you see what do you know? You see Lyra Valkyria come out, calling out Becky Lynch to a fight, says that she's delusional, and she vowed to, and she vowed to make that being Becky suffer Money in the Bank. And then Becky Lynch came out, and again, it's like they were gonna tease a brawl, right? It's like Becky was gonna get into the ring, but she's like, "I'm not fighting you in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm fighting you at Money in the Bank." And then that led to Lyra to come out of the ring, chase down Becky. They're brawling, right? They're trying to break it up. And then, for the most part, I thought the brawl was kind of like a little bit. Because usually with these brawls, there's more like emotion to it. You can just sense it, like in the talent. Yeah, it's to work all you want, but you also want to feel that emotion within the brawl, right? A little bit of breaking it up, going back at it, breaking it up a little bit more, but it was for what it was worth. It's fine. Chase, your thoughts.
yeah, I really like the Becky video package. I thought that was a really strong one, and I think for Lyra, she's shown a lot of great skills on the mic. Like before, Lyra was just like, "I can't wait to defend the Intercontinental title. It's going to be a great scrap," and it's like, okay, who cares? Now she's showing like great baby face fire. I liked how she cut Becky off. Like, no, it's my time to talk, and then she just decided to go off and stuff. Like, look, there was a reason why Conor McGregor became one of the biggest stars in the UFC, and the accent definitely helped with, especially the way he talked to people. I feel like the Irish accent is one of those great shit talking accents, and you have two women that are shit talking each other. So I felt this was much better than last week's promo. Last week's promo was kind of like Becky killed Lyra on the mic, but I felt Lyra this time, like Becky kind of learned, like, all right, I just have to say a little bit. I had the video package. I don't have to like really say too much in this one. I'll just say what I need to say. I'll get my bullet points across, but I want Lyra to shine in this segment. And Lyra definitely shined in this promo segment right here. And yeah, I'm with you. The brawl could have been a lot longer, especially with the animosity between them, but they kept it a little bit too short for my liking too. I felt they could have gone a little bit longer, maybe swerve us with Becky standing tall, so that way we can think, oh, maybe Lyra does have a chance at Money in the Bank type of thing. So they could have done a little bit more with the brawl, but I thought it was a good segment nonetheless.
Yes. Also, backstage, before this even happened, I forgot to mention this, but there was that interview, right, for Stephanie Vaquer about her win. And then who happened to bump into her? Mommy.
Oh,
This photo right here, look. Where is that? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this, bro. Look, I'm going to say this right now. WrestleMania. I know.
they ain't
Look,
waiting that long, bro.
look, I know they're going to get physical in the ring on Saturday because they're both in the match. But if there's ever a time for one-on-one, I will wait till WrestleMania for these two.
That's a stare down. I can't wait to see what happens at Money in the Bank. Like I want to see like when these two women lock eyes with each other, how does the crowd react? And I think they're going to react really well.
And again, it goes back to, we talked about this earlier with Stephanie Vaquer. Like, just think about the dream matches you can make with her now that she's on Raw. This is one of them. Obviously, Stephanie Vaquer versus Becky Lynch, Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer versus Kairi Sane, right? And the list goes on, obviously, but this right here, again, WrestleMania, bro. Have Stephanie Vaquer win the Women's Rumble, right? For this, you'd have Rhea Ripley be champion by this point, right? But I do think, yeah, man, at WrestleMania, have them go at it and let Stephanie have her moment.
Yeah.
You know?
Rhea got to watch out, though. Stephanie's pops are on the same level as hers.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, like I saw that. I'm like, yo, I can't fucking wait, bro. Cannot fucking wait. From there, we did get Sami Zayn and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. This match obviously went to a disqualification because Rollins attacked Jey Uso, caused the match to be thrown out, and then what do you know? CM Punk made the save, and that kind of came back to bite him, basically, a little reminder, if you will, because Rollins reminded, hey, look, we got him later. And boy, did they, but what are your thoughts on the matches overall?
This was really a segment disguised as a match because you knew like none of these teams were losing clean. Like you knew that. So this was more of like, we need to progress the plot, but we'll use it as a match. But it was really just an extended segment. I hated the mashup between Bronson and Braun Breaker's team. Fucking terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Just come out to Braun Breaker's team. That's it. You don't need to come out and mash these teams together. It's just ass. Absolutely.
I will say this though. I like that they look like a tag team.
No, they look like a tag team. No, they definitely do. They definitely should have the tag belts at one point. I'm just saying, don't mix their theme. Either make a new theme, even though that means Def Rebel has to make more music, which is terrible, or just stick to one of their themes. Like, we don't need like freaking the whole like it goes to Braun's theme, then Bronson. The themes don't mix well when they're mashed. Like, it's just terrible. But yeah, Matt, it was fine for what you got out of it, but you knew that this was to build up the storyline, and that's all this was there for, was to build up the storyline. So for me, this was kind of just like hoo-hum, whatever. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, it was. From there, after this, we talked about this before, but Liv Morgan confronted Finn Balor regarding Roxanne, and again, is Finn wanting Roxanne to trust Roxanne, right? Look, like we talked about this earlier. Roxanne is, when it comes to Finn Balor, she's living up to what she promised. Look out for the Judgment Day.
She's there. She's there to help the Judgment Day. That's all.
Exactly.
That's what Finn said. That's her role. Like, hey, she's in an extra insurance policy. Like, hey, sometimes we need an extra person to help out, and Roxanne is that extra person to help out. Offered it to Raquel, and Liv said, "No, I got this. I got it." And then we saw what happened when Raquel fought Kairi Sane later.
Yeah, she lost. We just mentioned that right now. Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez. Kairi Sane, 2 wins in a row, back to back. Good on her. She hit that.
She had some help with Io Sky, and that was the thing. If you had Roxanne, you would have had the numbers. Io Sky would have been able to get to Liv Morgan. Roxanne would have taken the damage from Io Sky, and then Liv Morgan could have helped Raquel win the match and stuff. So yeah, see, like, this is where Liv Morgan's not thinking. She's overthinking things. She just needs to trust what Finn is bringing to her, like giving you an insurance policy on a golden platter, and you're taking this as an insult. Like, nah, like, there it
what it is, bro. But what I always say, man, Liv Morgan just needs to see the vision, bro.
Yeah,
she needs to see the vision.
Needs to see the vision that Finn's setting up. I agree.
Exactly. I hope Def Rebel doesn't ruin Stephanie Vaquer's team. I don't think they will.
He already has a Def Rebel team. It's one of the better ones too.
Better than Jacob Fatu's.
No, I'm just saying it's one of the better ones. I'm not saying it's one of the best. I'm just saying it's one of the more listenable ones if you look at a Def Rebel team.
I say just split the Judgment Day at this point. Nah, not right now.
Yeah, the Judgment Day still has legs, and there's still some things that they can do to add to the group. Like, I'm sure once like Dom and Liv split from the Judgment Day, Finn and JD will add like 1, maybe 2 more members to the group. Roxanne obviously being the female of the group. So
yes. From there we did get Karrion Kross confronting Sami Zayn, calling him a bad person. Right, all he had to do was listen to Karrion Kross. Go over to SmackDown He would have been a world champion, but he didn't want to listen, right? He didn't
Mhm.
want to listen. And, Sammy just wasn't going to put up with it, right? It's like they're telling us this is probably the program for Sammy comes as we hit the SummerSlam,
Yeah,
which
because they were looking at this for WrestleMania, so it just seems like it got pushed back to SummerSlam. So
which is fine by me because that'll be a good place for Karrion Kross to get this win. I know the people who are kind of not happy with the idea that Karrion Kross did not get a qualifying match for Money in the Bank, and he gets this reaction. I know his T-shirts are moving too, so it's like people got to be patient at the end of the day.
yeah, man, Triple H likes this guy. He really does. He really likes Karrion Kross. I mean, he brought him back like
Yeah,
as soon as he can. Like yes, the trajectory hasn't always been there for Karrion Kross, but if there's one guy where I'm like, yeah, Triple H, like, will make sure he gets taken care of, it's Karrion Kross. Like he's just on the like, dude, think about like all the spring cleaning releases. They could have released him along with the group, but Triple H obviously sees a lot of potential in the guy. And Karrion Kross, he does have potential. It's cool for Karrion Kross. Like finally he's overgrown that Adam Cole promo where he's like, you get the smoke and get the girl and stuff, and you still can't wrestle me in the ring and stuff like that and whatnot. Like very good stuff like that. Karrion Kross has overshadowed. Now his WrestleMania segment is now the new Miz talking smack segment where we just see that all the time on Twitter, and it's like, oh yeah, Karrion Kross, he should get pushed. And he's been good. Like it's not like Karrion Kross has been bad. He's been good in the role that's been given to him as like kind of this guy that is like trying to get people to waken their true potential and doing all this other stuff. Like he's been good as this devil on the shoulder type gimmick, and I can see good rewards for it. So
yeah, me too. I see good rewards for it too. And again, people just need to be patient. People just need to be fucking patient. But then after this, we did get Gunther. Because in case you guys don't remember, but next week it will be Gunther and Jey Uso for the world title live from Phoenix, Arizona, the Monday after Money in the Bank. He's backstage with Jey Uso. He confronts him back in the locker room, where again he put him over being such a good person, right? Because he went out there and he didn't have to, right? He didn't have to get involved, but he did, right? Involved with this whole thing with Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins and stuff. But Gunther continued to reiterate that being used as a good person is what's going to cost him next week in their match. And then Jey Uso with the response, like, you know what? Next week, 1 word, 3 letters, tap. And he told him to see him next week. Called him G, and that was it for the most part. Again, I love where this character of Gunther, hey, you know what? You're a good person, but that's what's going to cost you, man. Nice guys finish last. Even though we know, like, yo, Gunther's not winning, I want to have this belief that he has a chance going into his match on Monday against Jey Uso.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at making you think he can win too, which I think is excellent. And Gunther, he provides such a good point. Like, he's like, what you're doing with my world title, it's disrespectful. You should be looking at facing the top contenders, but here you are, keep being selfless. Like, you don't need to help Cody with this battle with Cena and Logan Paul, but you're helping your friend Cody, and you don't need to help your friend Sammy or CM Punk, and now you're helping them. Like, you're not taking care of yourself as the champion. You're hurting yourself as champion by doing all these selfless acts, by being this nice guy. And that's why you're not going to be champion for long, Jay. And even if Gunther doesn't win, if Jay loses that championship soon, it proves the point where it's like, yeah, Gunther had a point what he was saying to Jey Uso, that if you want to be the champion, you can't worry about everything else going on, because ultimately you still have a target on your back. CM Punk literally just said in the opening segment, hey man, it's nothing personal, it's business. Like, this is a business at the end of the day, Jay. And Jay is so aloof and naive and happy and stuff, and it's like he does not realize that yet. And that's good character progression for Jey Uso, who really has just been stuck with this same character. Like, this is something that they can use as strong character progression if they decide to do that. Like, do I think they will? No, not really. But if you want to go down that route, you can always go back to this segment and say, Gunther had a point when he said that to you, Jay. And then like Gunther can even bring that up. Like, say, even if Jay does beat Gunther some way, somehow, next Monday, and then like you have it where Gunther, when Jay loses the title, said, "See, I told you, you spread yourself thin. Should have just been focusing on what's next, and you ended up losing. And now where's your belt? On that person's shoulders.
Exactly.
And I'll look to take that belt off that person's shoulders and stuff like that. So
something tells me though that quite possibly, who would you say, right? All this stuff happens and there's a cash in, right? Because now that's gonna be in the back of your mind now too. Like,
if Seth does win on Saturday, I do think he's cashing in. But I'm thinking Seth is going to be in a program with Roman and stuff come SummerSlam. And like, look, Roman, he doesn't want that belt. It's like Roman Reigns like, what?
He already
the World Heavyweight Championship.
Remember, he shitted on that belt. Remember when?
He's like, I don't need this belt and stuff. Like, he even remember when he got his new belt and when he did his one promo, he had the 2 belts still, and he's like, y'all have fun in your little tournament. I'll show up later. He didn't even look at it. He just walked by and just like had swung his 2 belts and walked by. Didn't even do like the little stare and like maybe like one day he's like, nah. he didn't even look at it.
Good.
He's like, I have my 2 belts right here.
He beat everyone that wrestled for. You remember he said like, everyone that's competing in this tournament, I beat them already.
Yeah, he's like, there's a consolation prize for you. Like he pretty much buried that belt. And there was an interview and stuff that he did with Ice Cube, O'Shea Jackson, and TJ and stuff. They had that belt on the thing, and they asked him about it. He goes, I ain't looking to win that belt anytime soon. Like he does not like that belt. He's like, it's like the only belt for Roman is the undisputed WWE Championship. So that's why I'm like, I don't think Roman would, because like Roman will literally come out during the promo. He will literally say, cool, you got your consolation prize back, but you don't have the belt that I want. I want the belt Cena has. Beating you up, Seth, I'm just doing it to beat you up. Like, that's really what Roman will say in the promo. Like, he won't even care that Seth is World Heavyweight Champion. Like, that belt to him means nothing and stuff. Like, it means absolutely nothing. Like, he won't even do it to help Jay. You would think he would have come out by now to help Jay. He's like, nah, I got Tekken. I'm in Tekken movies, Street Fighter, whatever I'm in there. I'm doing that. I'm a Kuma. But that's why I don't think Seth is winning, because he has a program with Roman, and I don't think the world title is really going to in play for Seth. But who knows? Maybe Solo Sikoa cashes in on Jey Uso, and Solo brings the world title to SmackDown. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Though. We'll see what happens. But we did get the main event. We did get the men's Money Bank qualifier. We had CM Punk, AJ Styles, and the pride of the Gulf of America, El Grande Americano.
Oh, man.
And before the match, they wanted to make Punk and Styles requested that the referee please check the mask of El Grande Americano to see if
check everything. They wanted to make sure that he didn't have his metal plate.
And Pat McAfee's like, shouldn't the referee check everyone? Which is true. Say what you want. Got it true. It's probably one of the best things he said the entire night last night. But one thing I'll say, right? And this is just me. Because look, we had AJ and Punk in the ring for the first time in 21 plus years. You would have thought the crowd, and again, it's Tulsa, Oklahoma.
They don't know this shit, Steve. You're asking way too much, man. Like this ain't no fucking Chicago or something that'll get hyped for this.
That's the only thing.
You told these guys AJ Styles and CM Punk wrestled last year, they would believe you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're whining over something that's like that shouldn't be whining over. Like, what? Who cares?
Fine, but for the most part, like, yeah, bro. The first time they got at it after 21 years, it's crazy, right? It was crazy for the most part. Somewhere exactly. For veterans here, TNA veterans.
Yeah,
well, yeah, that's true. He did spend some time.
Ring of Honor veterans, TNA veterans, both.
Exactly. But the big shocker here, bro, is El Grande Americano ended up winning this match. He ended up winning, and he pinned CM Punk.
No, he pinned AJ Styles.
He pinned AJ. You're right. He pinned AJ Styles. Pinned AJ Styles. And then after this, Rollins, Breaker, Bronson Reed, they all attacked Punk, right? And then Sami Zayn and Jey Uso try to make the save, but They were outmatched by Rollins and the division. I don't know what are we calling them, right? I know I posted in the True Hill Heat chat. I posted the dangerous visionary, some shit like that. I posted. You know,
Yeah,
but again,
I don't know. They don't have a name yet, but I just call them Braun and Braun.
Braun. Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough. But that's how they close the Raw. Well, again, Rollins and Braun and Ron and Paul Heyman standing tall once again. Yeah, man, it's funny too because people caught like if you on El Gran Americano, his boot had a CG on it, right? Had a CG, right?
yeah. Chad Gable just let him borrow his boots.
And I know, and I'm
Bro,
gonna get to
he
that.
wrestles so much over the weekends and stuff. Like this guy sometimes forgets his gear. Like, come on, what
And
are
again,
people on about?
shout out to Chad Gable for this, bro. Because again, like you said, Chase, a very giving American here. Really proud of this guy. That being a Grand Americano. Even though I did have to borrow him my boots, which he stretched out last night because the airline lost his. Big day for both of us on Saturday.
Yeah, big day.
Big day, man. They potentially both men could walk out winners, man.
Yeah.
Chad Gable could walk out as the new mega champion, and you could have El Grande Americano winning Money in the Bank, bro.
Hey man, El Grande Americano, he could become world heavyweight champion too. Who knows? Maybe he cashes in.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I cannot wait. But overall, I thought Raw, for the most part, it was a solid show. I mean, Cage Match gave the show a 6.17. Yeah, 6.16.
That's around close to my rating. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. The main event I thought was a little bit clunky. Like like there was some hit or miss stuff in this main event. I do want to point out though, all these people that hope AJ Styles gets released, guys. I don't know if you know this.
What are we
No,
doing?
I don't know if you saw this, but when everyone was battling on the outside and stuff like that, getting ready for AJ to do his big spot, AJ just did a fucking springboard. My AJ Styles that I grew up would be doing a shooting star press or a 450 on top of all those fuckers. This guy just did a springboard. Guys, AJ Styles is washed now. Like I don't know if y'all know this. He ain't built for whatever y'all think he's built for. He ain't built for this like AEW style no more. Like AJ Styles can still wrestle great in the WWE style, but the minute he goes to AEW, y'all gonna wake up and realize, oh shit, AJ ain't the same no more.
Exactly.
This guy is not the same AJ Styles. He can wrestle great WWE style matches, but if he wrestles an AEW style match or a New Japan style match, you're asking for too much for this guy now. He can't do what he used to do.
Basically, dude, I'm gonna give you a soccer analogy right now. Basically, right now, AJ Styles is Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia. He's Messi in Miami, just collecting a check.
Yeah, he's the great European player that killed it for whatever club that he played for, and now he's in the MLS collecting the check. That's AJ Styles right now, and you guys just need to accept this. Like, look, AJ Styles does leave WWE. Shout out to him. But I'm telling y'all, you're going to be disappointed in what you see inside the ring. Like, you guys are going to be like, why is AJ like this? He can wrestle great. Like, don't be fooled because AJ is great in the WWE style. Do not be fooled by this. Don't. You got to understand, AJ Styles is no longer the same AJ Styles. And this springboard should have shown you that AJ Styles is no longer in the same presence that he used to be inside the ring. Like, let's stop with this nonsense that AJ Styles will kill it outside of. Done. He's wrestling the WWE style. He's good at what he does in the WWE style. Do you not see AJ Styles struggling to help out CM Punk to do the Hurricane, to do that Hurricane spot for a Grande Americano? Like he's struggling in there, man. And y'all want this guy to go 0 to 65 with Will fucking Ospreay? Hell no, bro. Minute Ospreay starts doing some shit, he's just gonna be like, hey, slow down, kid, slow down. He ain't gonna want to wrestle that style. He ain't gonna mess up. Y'all asking for too much, bro. We might injure Will Ospreay if AJ Styles wrestles him. AJ Styles gonna fuck him up somehow because he ain't be able to wrestle. You want Will Ospreay injured? That's what you guys are telling me. Y'all want AJ Styles to injure some of these guys. Let him wrestle the W style. You don't want to wrestle the other style. He done.
Exactly, bro. People just need to accept that. Those
Yeah,
glory
y'all
days
live
of
in this weird
AJ.
reality that AJ Styles is still no, dude. Come on,
Exactly, bro. It's no longer 2000. It's
he
no
could
longer
barely do shit
2008.
against Logan Paul. What makes you fucking think that he's gonna do shit with Will Ospreay?
Like, bro, it's not like people still think this is 2008 AJ Styles, and it's not.
People
Like,
still think it's 2013 AJ Styles. Like they think just because he can do the freaking uranagi and the punching, kicking, spinning
Kuroshi.
backfist combo and shit that AJ Styles is still good. It's like, bro,
No.
he's not that. Stop.
Can you imagine like Styles? Can you imagine Will Ospreay? They're in the locker room and Ospreay is trying to pitch the match concept for Styles.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like just the back and it'd be hilarious, bro.
Yeah, dude. Freaking AJ Styles gonna fuck him up, bro. And I
He's
don't
still
want that. I
phenomenal.
want Will Ospreay to be healthy.
He's still phenomenal just before 10 p.m. LOL.
Yeah, maybe that's his bedtime. But I also liked in this match that they did enough distraction stuff to where Grande Americano could slip in his little metal plate to get the win. So I thought that was good creative ending, but the match itself was kind of and I like the plot progression, especially Jay getting splashed twice because now it's like, hey Jay, are you going to be good for Saturday? Like, are you going to be good to help your dog Cody Rhodes out? Because you're kind of beat up, Oos.
Yeah. And look, man, they have no one to blame but themselves, bro. Jey Uso has no one to blame but himself. He takes the fault by my guy, the Maverick, yo. I'm telling y'all. Can't wait. Cannot wait, y'all. But overall, again, that was our thoughts on Monday Night Raw. We hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have not checked out the other content here on the channel, yesterday, myself and Chase did do Steve's Kitchen. We talked about all the news regarding the releases, regarding Carlito and R-Truth, Mariah May making her way to WWE sooner than later. Talked about the week that Mike Santana had, the same Mike Santana who will be wrestling tonight on NXT for the TNA World Championship against Trick Williams. And of course, if you heard early on in the stream, we had Pat Mahomes addressing the comments that Tyrese made yesterday on Steve's Kitchen. So, and also when we bring back ATP Gaming, it will be Team Halliburton versus Team Patrick Mahomes in the War Games match. But that's going to be it for us, guys. Much love to all of you. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. Follow Chase on X at Chase Oliver 68. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. Thank you all for watching. For myself, for Chase, for the gang, this has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. We'll see you tomorrow as we preview both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. There will not be a something about Dynamite watch party tomorrow. There will be a review on that Thursday. All right. So there you go. All right, y'all. We're out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Much love. Peace.